I'm Simon Westland of Blackmagic Design, here on the booth at NAB 2018, where we've got the brand new Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K and DaVinci Resolve 15. The last couple of years, one of the most popular questions we've received at every trade show around the planet that we've been to is when will we produce a new pocket camera? I'm delighted to say here at NAB we have the brand new Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. This is a handheld compact digital film camera with 13 stops of dynamic range. It has dual ISO, it has a built-in 5-inch touchscreen in the back of it. You'll see that as you look closely at it, it's got a carbon fibre polycarbonate shell, which keeps the weight incredibly low but the strength really high. So the body of this camera will weigh only 750 grams. So the sensor in this camera is bigger than the original Pocket Cinema camera. This is a full 4/3 size sensor, which is 18.96 millimeters by 10 millimeters. But it works great with any of the MFT glass that you already have. So this has got a standard micro 4/3 active mount on this camera, and it's a full size 4/3 sensor. Yes, we've tried this camera already with the existing Speedbooster, although I think you'll see something specifically developed for this particular camera. The benefits of having the micro 4/3 lens mount is that, of course, it's very easy to use adapters with that lens mount if you want to use EF lenses, F-mount lenses, even PL lenses. So yeah, I think the Speedbooster will be something that people will be keen to use on this camera. So, of course, RAW is very close to our heart in all of the Blackmagic cameras, and this is no different. The Pocket Cinema Camera 4K will shoot RAW in that same Cinema DNG open file format that we use in the larger cameras. As well as doing an uncompressed RAW, we also offer compressed RAW options that you'll be familiar with in the other cameras, and that's 12-bit. Of course, we also offer the 10-bit ProRes compressed recording formats as well. So many similarities to the new Pocket Cinema 4K camera to the other Blackmagic cameras that you already know. I think the camera's larger form factor is to incorporate many of the features that have been requested from customers over the last couple of years. One of the problems with the original Pocket Cinema camera was it was so tiny that you couldn't get professional style connections onto that camera, and it limited the choices on recording formats and other things. With this new form factor, we're able to get a mini XLR onto the camera for professional audio. We also can include SD card recording, CFast recording, and we also get a 5-inch touchscreen into the back of the camera as well. So that slightly larger form factor does enable us to get more professional features into the camera body. So battery time is going to be low in so much as we're shooting 4K RAW with a 5-inch screen on the back of it, a 5-inch colour screen on the back of it. So we anticipate, and it uses the Canon style, the LP6 batteries with it, the same ones as we use on our micro cameras and on the video assist products that we have. We anticipate around 60 minutes of recording time on the battery. And of course it's a removable, rechargeable battery, so you could have spare batteries. But one of the other really cool features about this new camera is that the camera features a USB-C connector. That USB-C connector can both be used to attach an external drive for recording, or you could power the camera with USB-C. So you can have one of these power banks that you use for charging mobiles and tablets and other devices. You could use one of those to directly charge the camera whilst it's in your bag in between shots as you travel. So I think that's a really cool feature which will, help to recharge the camera, extend battery life, and give you many more options for how you power this. Of course, it will also have the mains power, so it's got a lockable 2-pin camera style power adapter, which is great. So you've got multiple ways you can power this, but we anticipate around 60 minutes of battery life from a single battery. I think in developing the menu system for this, we were really conscious about the relationship between this and the other Blackmagic digital film cameras, and we wanted to have the same menu system within this. So the camera uses the same operating system as, if I just click on the menu system there, same operating system as Ursa Mini Pro. So it's touch screen, so that you get to choose and scroll through those different menus, and I think people love the operating system of the Ursa Mini Pro, and will love the operating system of this. It's incredibly easy to use. You don't have to scroll through lots of different depths of menus to find what you need. It's really simple to just change the settings directly on that touch screen. So bringing that same Blackmagic camera menu system to the new Pocket Cinema camera was one of the things we really wanted to achieve. Yeah, it has false colour all the way in there as well. And look, we've tried to get as many of those features that you're familiar with in the larger Blackmagic digital film cameras. We've tried to get all of those inside of here. So as you go through the monitoring section, you've got the ability to select false colour, you've got the guides, you've got the zebras, you've got the focus assist, all of those operating features that you're familiar with. One of the things that this camera offers that the other doesn't is the ability to both load LUTs but also bake those into the recording. That's something that we've been asked for quite a lot. So not only can you load and preview those LUTs, but you can now actually bake them into your recorded file as well, which is another huge benefit. So the camera features the same autofocus features that Blackmagic camera users will be familiar with. So on the back here, easily accessible with your thumb as you're gripping the camera, you've got a one-click autofocus and a one-click auto iris, which is really conveniently positioned right there on the top of the back of the camera. Yeah, the Pocket Cinema camera has a fan within it, and you'll see on the base of the unit, the air is actually drawn in through the bottom of the camera and then comes out of these two vents that are featured on the top. Obviously, when you're shooting 4K RAW, the chips inside any camera are going to get hot in those circumstances. But what we've done is that the actual carbon fibre polycarbonate shell of the camera also helps to dissipate the heat. So potentially we can run those fans at a slower speed and not get excessive fan noise level. And also, not get cameras that run overly hot, which is one of the problems with many cameras that of this form factor. I mean, the camera will let you shoot all the way up to 4K DCI resolution, so it's got great capability at the high end, but also many people are going to use the camera for HD production, and it does have that windowed HD shooting format in there as well. So right now we haven't included ProRes RAW in the specification of the camera, but of course it's something we'll look at. I think we have to see what benefits that would bring to the user and in terms of workflow. Of course our RAW and our RAW camera format, our RAW file format rather, across all of the Blackmagic cameras is already an open file format with Cinema DNG. But of course we use ProRes within the camera for our 10-bit compressed video format. So we'll see what the benefits of bringing ProRes RAW would be to the camera and have a look at it from there. I think, across the whole Blackmagic Design product line, we're huge fans of ProRes as it features within our video assist products, within our hyperdeck disc recorders, our capture and playback devices, within DaVinci Resolve, whether we're reading or writing to ProRes files. So it's something that's inherent across many different types of Blackmagic products. So I think it's going to be a case of working out exactly what the benefits of ProRes RAW will be to customers and their workflow, and then whether or not it's something we need to integrate within this camera. So the price of the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K is $1,295 US, but that also includes a full Resolve Studio license, so you'll get DaVinci Resolve 15 also included within that $1,295 US. Camera's going to ship in September of this year.